So with the addition of configs being removed, I figured I'd make a movement guide because why not? Movement's harder to come across, so I want to see you guys shitting on people. So yeah, let's hop into it. Okay, so hopping into it, we are going to first, if you want to be successful with it, having a scroll wheel for W for tap strafes and having scroll wheel for jump for super jumps, C or V or anything on the bottom row of your keyboard as a crouch. I have it on hold because it's easier, and yeah, shift, you don't have to do this, but it's easier with mantle jumps, so I'd recommend doing it, but it's optional. So first we have B hops. Hold W, scroll up and down on your scroll wheel. Hopefully you changed your scroll wheel to jump in W. Just very simple. Okay, so next up we have slide jumps. You just hold W, slide, scroll down. Very simple. Just a little speed boost. Now we have tap strafes. You are going to run, slide, jump, scroll up or down depending on which one your jump is. I scroll down, turn to the side as I scroll up. So this looks like this. Very simple. Everyone needs to learn how to do a tap strafe. I learned it first day, keyboard and mouse. Not that hard. Just very simple. You can do any direction with it depending on how hard you flick your mouse, but it should be pretty simple. So a lurch is basically kind of a tap strafe a little bit. It's like a tap strafe without the tap strafe. It'll do that. It's kind of like a controller when you had the controller config, but neo strafe lurches are like, you will never be doing that in a real game. If you're doing that, you will get killed. Trust me. I try doing it all the time. Don't do it. But the most common lurch I see people doing is a Raz strafe, which looks like that. It's just you hold W, scroll up and down on your scroll wheel with the B hop that I taught you guys earlier, and then just kind of alternate between A and D and letting go of W with it. So like kind of walk in a straight line and do this. Try to add some B hops in with it, and then as you get comfortable with it, start letting go of W. That's the best way I can explain it. Keep in mind, not all of the effects you have to do with just Octane. You can do them with like Ryzen, that I showed in the previous clip. How you can even pull a Cloudy and do it with fucking Gibby.
I'm back in action.
Like,
let's do this, bro.
A Gibby being able to like Gibby with movement is honestly crazy. Cause like me, I'm somewhat decent at movement, and I'm not even that good with Gibby or Newcastle's movement because it's off for some reason. But yeah. Okay, so keeping on with lurches, you want to slide jump, let go of W, tap A, hold S and D for like, I don't know, like enough to go from like the beginning of the sand to like the end of the sand. Like not that much time, like barely any time, and just if that thing wasn't there I would have went a little further, but lurches are simple. Keep in mind, lurches are very dependent on the timing. You fuck up a little bit of the timing, you will not go where you want. Just keep that in mind. Moving on to wall jumps. Okay, so keep in mind wall jumps. Let's just get Gibby. Gibby wall jump is going to be little worse than, let's say, someone like Ryzen.
Back from a weekend.
Wait, see? Okay, so for a wall jump, a basic wall jump, where you just slide into it, scroll down to jump, and then right as you connect with it, like right as you hear that, just jump again. Okay, very simple. A wall jump tap strafe, you are going to slide, hit the wall jump, and then just flick your mouse out and then back in. That's really the best way I can describe it, is to flick out and then in while holding W. Because if you don't hold W, it'll always make you get up here. If you don't hold W, sometimes if the wall is small enough, you can just tap strafe over it. Wall jump tap strafes don't always have to just be going over the wall. You can tap strafe like out like this. You can tap strafe just anywhere. It's very simple. The best way I can describe a fatigue wall bounce is grab your finger and just kind of like move up and down on your mouse like a B-hop, but right as your finger's about to hit your W bind, look at the wall. Okay. You can combine this with like tap strafes or torches. Once you get the hang of just remembering to scroll into the wall, it becomes very easy.
From a weekend.
A very simple movement tech that you can do is a door wall bounce. You just kind of slide out the door, open the door as you're sliding, tap strafe into it, wall bounce, tap strafe again. Yeah. You can also do it on single doors and like tap strafe up like that. Now I'm pretty sure that is it for wall jumps. Let's get into super glides. Okay, so for a super glide, this is where having V comes into place, or the bottom row comes into place, and the upside down spacebar. I recommend flipping your spacebar upside down, having your knuckle rest in between the spacebar and the crouch button, and then just pressing it at the, like, as you get to the very top of your climb. The best way that I can describe it is, notice how when you climb, at the very top there's like a screen shake. Like, it's very hard to see. I'll try to slow it down in editing software if I can, but just very, like, the screen shake. It becomes second nature once like you get the hang of it, but yeah. For a directional super glide, you just super glide and hold the directional key, because when doing a normal super glide, you're holding W. This a directional super glide, holding W, screen shake, switch it to A, and do the super glide. For a, I personally like to call it a wraparound super glide. Kind of looks like that. Well, that's a backward super glide, actually. For a backward super glide, it's W, little bit of a directional input, and then S. So when you fuck it up, it should kind of look like that a little bit. Holding the slide button is what's going to keep you in the super glide animation. The second that you let go of holding V, it'll fuck it up. There is a directional super glide, tap strafe, like that. Very simple. So now let's get into mantle jumps. There are 4 spots that I know you can hit a mantle jump on. You have this spot, right here is my personal favorite for 1v1 to hit a mantle jump, and then you have this spot. So for a mantle jump, the best way I can describe it is just hop on the zip line, climb up, look down, tap S, and scroll down. Just do it slow, you'll get the hang of it. Learn how to do it fast, and you'll be looking like Hero or Cloudy in no time. Another way you can hit a mantle is like that. A directional mantle jump is honestly pretty hard to do, but so you have a ladder mantle, you just climb like you always do the mantle, but instead of scrolling or jumping with it, you just tap E and then just interact with it. You can also pair it up with
Thanks, Jump
this. The way that you do this, you just hop on it, hold crouch to look down, and then just do a super jump. The final mantle jump I would like to show off is right here. You can also super glide off of it. Mantle jumping off this, you just climb on it and just like do it slow, practice it slow, like when you first started it, and then you should be able to start getting it quicker. But yeah, I did say you can super glide off it, you just jump off like the same, but instead of tapping S, looking down and
Thanks, Jump
super jumping, you just do a super glide. For a super jump, it's just E, scroll down. The best way I like practicing super jumps is I like to take Pathfinder, set up a zipline, and then just do this. It's honestly the best way you can practice it. But all of the stuff I've went over in this video, you should be chaining it together, like for a super glide, like chain together a lurch with it, it'll get you looking like that. Just chain everything together and it'll get you looking like you know what you're doing. Stay tuned for a legend movement guide, so I go more in depth than like how to do movement with like certain legends abilities, like Revenant's ability of being able to just hop around. Please consider checking out the Twitch if you enjoyed this video, and yeah.